Hey guys, so just want to do this quick video. So as a follow-up from Snapchat last week, when I burst into my rant about body image, because it's something that I'd been thinking about, and then a couple of issues then sparked it off in relation. I just felt that they needed to be dealt with. All I want these videos to do is, I'm just trying to break down a couple of different key points that I think people need to talk about, and as I said, hopefully people can learn from it and basically stop the way they may be thinking if it's bad habits. Right now I just came away for 3 days. I said I just have a long run into Christmas with opening a new gym, and I just wanted to get away, clear my head and get some plan together on exactly what needs to be done and whatnot. So as I said, without further, I'm just going to crack on into this. I'm being ate with flies here now. But anyways, all I want to talk about is what is body image, okay? As I said, and a structured process to it, okay? I'm just going to take some stats. 8 to 8, this is in relation to women. 8 out of every 10 women are saying they're not happy in their body. 7 out of 10 women have said that they have very low self-esteem, and a lot of the reasons for this is they were saying between 70 and 75% of women who look at a magazine feel absolutely shit about themselves after it. Then also looking at Instagram, they've called this unrealistic image that's being created through social media. I don't want to touch a major amount on that. I'm kind of going to try and keep that to a separate video, but right now the point is on body image. Basically, body image is a perception that a person has on their actual appearance, whether it's physical. The point would be that they just have broken it down now into negative and positive body image. Negative body image is somebody who just, we all know them and we may be it ourselves, is somebody who persists to find the bad things in their body. They're convinced that they never look well in a certain dress. If it's a guy, you never look well in certain tops. You're just so conscious about all the time. You think that everybody else is looks fab. You don't. You think that you definitely suffer from a lot more than the person with a positive body image, with the likes of depression. We have anxiety, low self-esteem for definite. And so these traits all just build up on top of each other, and nobody can seem to tell us that, well, what are you talking about? You look great. It's all in your head. And I'm sure girls can definitely relate to this. If you had times where there was 4 or 5 girls in a group, everybody's telling each other you look great, but each time it comes back to that person, they can't take that. They're not able to take that compliment, and they just shoot it back at them. So it just shows that even though you're able to find all the beautiful things and all the nice things about everybody else, you just constantly find the bad images about you. Then obviously on the other hand is the complete opposite side. Somebody who has a positive body image would be obviously very confident in themselves. They just are able to look at their body and say, no, I like this about my body. I like this certain thing. I like this, whether it's women saying I like my legs, I like my arms, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's the point of just being happy in what you're doing. Now, although you can say you're happy in what you're doing, this is where it gets misled. People say, oh, just be happy in what you are. If you're a size 18, stay as a size 18. If you're a size 18 and you're actually unhealthy though, okay, that's a different story. If you're a curvy woman and you're healthy, then brilliant, okay? Everybody has their own, what they like. As I said, I would always say that too, and I've said it, and there's loads of girls who will back this up. I've had girls come in who are clearly curvy girls, and I'm like, why would you want to change that shape? Just keep it. You don't need to start searching another type of body. That's the difference now. Trying to, these would be very fit people, and I'm like, just love the body you're in, but get to the fittest you can be in that, but stick to that exact shape. Don't be trying to kill yourself getting from a size 16 down to an 8 because you think that's going to make you happy, and then when you get there, you're not happy. This is the problem. We're chasing that body, but is that really the answer that we all should be looking for? Touching those little bit of percentages I gave you, Dove have done a lot of commercials. If you look up YouTube, you'll see a lot of commercials that Dove have done, and they actually one really good one, which is what a lot of us can take from, is they got parents and then they got the kids of the parents, and they asked them the same questions, and they wanted them to write down parts of their body that they didn't like, parts they did like, all this type of thing. And basically the kids would have been only like 5 and 6 in the video, and the kids were actually replicating exactly what they had been hearing. So the kids were 5 years of age and they're pulling out their legs in the video saying, I don't like my legs, oh, I don't like my nose, all these types of things, when really it wouldn't be true, but it's what they've learned. So us, I'm not there yet, but people as parents have to realise that we can't be going around and not realising what we're saying. You could be at home, you could be trying on a dress, and your kids could be beside you and you're like, oh god, I look awful fat in this state of my legs. You could be a father and you're just going around and you may not be wanting to take off your t-shirt at the pool. That rubs off on kids. Like, this is the stuff that rubs off all the time, and I said it's just been reinforced in my head that I was away here, which I want to touch on in a sec. And it's that perception of people, everybody's watching everybody else, but realistically nobody is, if you get me. And what I mean by that is everybody thinks that when they walk around the pool, for example, that you know, everybody's watching, saying look at that shape, look at that shape. It's unbelievable. You just sit and people watch the different shapes and sizes that go around, and nobody's actually watching anybody. You just, normal is fine. Nobody minds normal. It's the other end of the scales is what I'm going to talk about now. And when you're in extreme shape, or else you are way overweight, that's when you attract attention. But when you're in that middle ground, no, realistically, and this is for nearly every person that may want to be, who may not be body confident, if you're in the middle of the road and you have a stone to lose, or you have a bit of a belly hanging from after having a child, or if you're father and you have love handles, you have a belly, these issues, like, this is actually normal. Like, if you look around what people look like, that is normal. What I found this time, and I actually didn't even realize it just popped into my head out of nowhere before I made this video, was when I was here in May, obviously I was doing a lot of Snapchat, and pretty much at the time I was about between 5 and 6%, and I'm kind of lucky at the time that I didn't get too caught up in it. But if I was anyways, and I would have been, I definitely would have been a bit body conscious, because sometimes when you're walking around you felt like eyes were burning you in the head, and it was because people would be looking. It's not normal to see a person at a pool that's 5%. Everybody's going to look, they're going to judge, and this is the funny thing. People think people who are in shape go around judging about overweight people, when in fact it's the other way around. It's the people who are out of shapes just immediately were judging me or judging anybody to see in shape, and we're like, look at that faggot, that guy thinks he's great, look at that, you know, calling these names and not actually having a clue. They're just making an initial judgment because they're not happy in themselves, so they make a judgment straight away and see that you're in good shape, rather than think, nobody would think like this, they might think the opposite and go, I wonder, is he a trainer, or I wonder, could he help me, or I wonder, does he know anyone that could help me, if I was to ask them for a few points. People don't think like that. We're all guilty of it. They do not think like that. Now, the point was, I'm now back here, back to 12-13% body fat, completely normal. I mean, like, literally I can walk around the pool invisible, and nobody seems to, I don't feel it anyways, nobody seems to be watching. And this, what I'm trying to point out is that don't think that if you're on holidays and you are feeling that people are watching you, it's because you're majorly overweight. I can promise you that if you were to seek that absolute ridiculous end, it also is there too. So it still comes back to whether you feel comfortable or not comfortable with people watching, people looking, and people passing comments, and all this type of stuff. So those people who are in that middle ground, like, it's kind of where it doesn't lie. The average body walking around the street, nobody passes any remarks. It's actually us. It's the people themselves who think everybody's watching me, who pull at the fat parts that are annoying us, who pull at things. And that is where you got to find that middle ground in body image. What exactly, how happy are you in yourself? If you're not happy in yourself, that's fine, okay? Then you work towards it, you'll get a bit of shape, but if you're going to keep seeking it and seeking it and seeking it, and that's your only form of happiness, I can tell you now it's not going to come. As I said, you might laugh, but even when I was, you know, getting ready for the show, you're still going around picking at your weak points. It's just what you do, like, and at the end of the day, if you're stepping up on stage to do a show, well, you got to pick out your weak points because somebody else is going to do it for you. But that is a total different mindset that you got to have going into a show versus just everyday life, which is what I'm trying to appear here now. And I'm going to sort of cut this short, but overall, with body image, do not be thinking, if I had her body, I would be much happier. If you're a guy, if I had his body, Jesus, all the women would want me. I'm telling you now, it's not the route to go down. If you're seeking that confidence you're after, if you're seeking the confidence you're after, start with small little things. Stop being negative. So start right now. Write down a list of the areas of your body you like. You can also make a list of the bodies you don't like, but that's the last time you'll do it. After that, you don't say any form of negative word. Like, you don't be saying I can't. You don't be saying I don't like. You got to say, you know, I actually like this, and maybe I'll work more on this body part, or you know, actually, now that I think about it, I'm actually blessed to be able to train, for starters. That's the other side of it. I'm blessed to be able to walk around and be worried about these issues. And as I said, we all have to be relative and think of times And we all know somebody who, if they heard you bitching and moaning about your nose, or oh, I'd love if I had an inch off my stomach, and I'd love if I had 1 more inch off my legs. It's all the bullshit, really. And at the end of the day, there is nobody going to give you body confidence, only yourself. And after all as well, you can obviously surround yourself with people who are going to help you with that image and help you with that belief that, you know, you do actually look really well in that tonight. But when it comes to appearance, guys, stop chasing what you see on the internet. Stop thinking, Jesus, they must be so happy, they have an unbelievable body. My next few videos will touch on that type of thing, with real life stories as regards meeting these people, what they're really like behind it all, and hoping that you can just learn from it. But thanks a million for listening, guys, and I hope it helps.